upgrade worth $80, $70 depending on where you go. What is happening? Cheers. Little bit of refreshment as we talk about is the Endorphin Pro V1, the best value for a racing shoe on the market today, even though they're already out with version 2. As I said in my last video, this is going to be my race shoe for Chicago Marathon 2021, where I'll be trying to hit sub 240 for the first time. Ran there 2 years ago, 2019, in some Dino Flight shoes that weren't even considered super shoes at the time. And so here we are talking about my first ever marathon in a super shoe and why I chose V1 over V2. And so as we dive into value, I want to really do a bigger comparison of why V1 versus me picking up V2. This is my second pair of V1 Endorphin Pro. As you can see behind me, I've got my first pair back there that I'm using as trainers right now. Just over 100 miles on those shoes at the moment. And so I'm really excited about it. So why V1 over V2? My biggest thing that we look at when I'm looking at, okay, am I going to get the newest, most updated shoe, or am I going to get the previous version, is what did they change? And quite frankly, they really didn't change a whole lot in version 1, version 2. My best place that I go is I go to the source, which is Saucony's website. And when you look at things, they always want to, as a marketing portion of the website, really emphasize what did they change from version 1 to version 2 to make it better. And if you notice, when you compare the website for version 1 versus version 2, it's one simple line on version 2. The only thing they changed on version 2 versus version 1 is they said an overall enhancements like a snugger heel fit, updated mesh pattern for breathability, and plus an anti-slip lace to lock it in. So when I read that that is the only change that was on their website, is that upgrade worth $80, $70 depending on where you get your V1s from to go with version 2 of the Endorphin Pro? And for me, I've had zero issues with the lockdown of V1. I've had zero issues with the lace. I'm not slipping at all in version 1 versus version 2. And so for me, that $80 difference is not worth that upgrade to version 1 to version 2 versus version 1. Weight is the same at 7.5 ounces. Drop is the same at 8 millimeters. And so there is zero difference, which is why I think this is the best value for any racer you can buy on the market, because it's exactly like their current one. And yes, there is these posts and rumors around the Endorphin Pro Plus, which is going to be the next step up, so it'll be interesting to see the difference between the two. But for me, 2021 racer, and will be until they make some significant changes. Now, how does this compare to the other shoes, and why am I choosing this? Is I think one of the biggest things when you look at the super shoes is when you compare them across the spectrum, right? The lightest being the Meta Speeds Edge from Asics at 6.6 ounces, Vaperfly under 7, and then everything else kind of comes into that mid-7 range. And so weight, I mean, I'm an amateur. It really doesn't make that big of a difference to me over the long haul of a marathon. Half an ounce, okay. If you think a half an ounce makes that big of a difference to you, then go ahead and get the lightest pair, which is the Metaspeed Edge. But for me, I'd rather the comfort in what feels most natural on my feet. So for me, this is the most natural foot roll, the most natural step. It allows me to get through my gait the most natural way. And that's why I'm choosing to go through this. I have Vaperflies. I have had the Alpha Flies. I've had the Adios Pros. And when I know I'm going to be on my feet for 2 hours and 40 minutes, I want to make sure I'm feeling comfortable and getting through my gait normal. And so again, that's going to be why I go through this shoe. I will encourage you, find the shoe that makes your foot pattern, foot stride, gait cycle the most natural, and that will be the one that goes for you. If you have any questions about why I'm choosing this, why I think V1 is better than V2, let me know. Look forward to hearing your comments about whether you picked up version 1 or version 2 of the Endorphin Pro.